her question is, how do we let go? We usually let go by letting go. There is no other way. But the question is, how do we actually do that? Because I am yet to meet anybody who doesn't want to be happy. I'm yet to meet anybody who knows that the reason of my grief is my inability to let go, and they are saying they want to let go, but they are unable to let go. In one of the books, I read this little story. I believe it's a collection of stories told by Osho, but I couldn't be sure because that book didn't make a mention of it, as far as I recall. So there were 3 very rich people. Whenever you have to talk about anybody depressed in any story, you have to talk about a rich person. If you say a poor person was depressed, nobody will believe it. So in this story as well, there were 3 people, and they were quite depressed. They were sad and feeling a void in their life, and they didn't know what to do. So they thought, let's go out on a journey. Let's just, for the heck of it, go on some kind of an adventure. So off they went. And on the way, in the woods, they saw a yogi sitting, a meditator. They stopped and they asked this person, "Are you here all by yourself?" He said, "Well, there are creatures of the woods that surround me all the time, but yes, there is no human company." "Aren't you lonely?" He said, "No." "Aren't you sad or depressed?" He said, "Not really. I'm very happy here." "How can that be?" they said. "We have everything, and yet we are sad and depressed, we are lonely, we are restless, and we have great resentment towards many things, other people, our past, and yet you seem quite content, even though you have nothing." He said, "Aha, that's not true. I do have something. Take a look through the window." So they looked out from the window and they said, "Well, we don't see anything. All we see is some branches and trees and boughs, and that's all. We don't see anything." And he said, "No, look again. Look again and look past the branches." And they looked out again, they were trying to take a peek, and they said, "Nothing, we just see a bit of sky." He said, "That's it. That a little bit of blue sky is my piece of heaven. And that's enough for me. Ekmuthi asama. That nobody can take that away from me. I have my trees, I have the woods, and I have my bit of heaven." Letting go becomes an issue when you think you ought to have it. Letting go becomes an issue when you feel you have been wronged. Now, have I been wronged, or I feel I've been wronged, are 2 different things. as I quoted this story many years ago, that a disciple went with his master to see another person whose ways were very ordinary. And the disciple, when they came out, said to his master, I don't think he was a holy man by any stretch of imagination. By any stretch of the imagination, I don't think he was a holy man. And the master said, my son, whether he's actually holy or he should seem holy to you are two totally different things. So whether I've been wronged or I feel I've been wronged, the first thing is we really have to segregate this. 99% of the time I feel I've been wronged because my wrong sense of entitlement. If I feel entitled to have something done, to have people deal with me a certain way, and then I feel that, oh, I've been wronged. Anytime that protocol is broken, if I feel I've been wronged, that's my feeling. That's not necessarily true. But there are cases where children go through abuse. In that case, clearly they have been wronged. It's not that they are feeling they have been wronged, they have actually been wronged. So sometimes things can happen where you have been wronged. In that case, letting go is only possible, in my view. It's only possible if you invest your energies in something creative, something constructive, and something that elevates your consciousness. If you are going to keep playing in the same rut, there is no hope. It's just not possible to then emerge clean, to come out of it, that quicksand, that mire. It's not possible. So if your thoughts till date, if a certain kind of consciousness has dragged you down and it's made your life difficult, it's constantly nagging or making you feel something is not right or something is not adequate, then a similar set of thoughts they're not going to help you come out of it. Either a massive change in perspective is required, or a radical change in thinking is required, or maybe extraordinary acceptance, which is only possible if you elevate your consciousness. That, okay, this thing happened, it's done, it's past, I cannot do anything about it. If it can happen again in the future and I cannot accept it, then let me protect myself. Not by becoming bitter, by becoming better. And that's entirely in your hands.